We've spent weeks talking about what we're going to do. This week, we actually have something to show. So stick around and see if we actually follow through.
This is Cap Squared, we don't miss days. Two small businesses, big hallway praise. You keep me honest, I keep you brave. We check in weekly so we don't cave. Soaringpanther, midnight Mosaic. Side by side, we're gonna make it. This is Cap Squared, turn it up.
Man, dude, what's up, man? How was your week this week?
It was a good week as far as production goes, and it was a bad week as far as work goes.
It's been one of those weeks, right? So like I feel like off of like you a little bit, I the week got ahead of me in a way. I don't know really how to explain it. Yeah, I committed to some things, one simple thing, and it was just to sketch out the whole book, the first issue, and yeah, I think that like life just kept happening. We're getting ready for vacation, and we just had that issue last week or that situation. And so I don't know, maybe I'm in shock. Who knows? But pace wasn't really. It's weird. 11:59 again, dude. I'm gonna preach it to the cows come home. Every damn episode. 11:59 strikes. You get slapped in the submission by the creative bug, don't you?
Yeah, like for me, it wasn't a bad week. I felt kind of sluggish. I felt like I had a lot of bit of pain because my shoes were broken flat. So I replaced them like 2 days ago.
That's good.
But like I felt like sluggish, tired, but I got work done for studio, but I didn't go out and work like I would normally work. However, I guess like you, I committed to two things, which was finishing the Dragon chapter and then at least two more sprints of ETC, getting those done. So that was kind of my week in a nutshell. It was very me being very tired physically and mentally,
Of
and
course.
then having just the physical attributes of just being like off, and then people and their doctor's appointments again this week. So that was my week in a nutshell.
So drained.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, mentally just
I
I mentally felt drained.
I
But
see.
I
It's
want to
weird.
say that like after our episode is where I was motivated to just keep working after we finish, and I actually got more done like that hour when we finished wrapping up last week.
For real, dude, like we got a lot to cover today. Like I really can't wait to get into it because like it might have felt like a slow week, but as I'm sitting here thinking about the next segments to come, like I really did do a lot of work towards the project. It needed to get done, and I don't think that I foresaw how badly, So it is what it is. But man, hey, look, number one, we made it to another damn week, dude.
We did with work. I'll take it.
Yeah, man, good work.
Hey, folks, this is the moment you guys have been waiting for. This is what we're going to do, show and tell. I'm bringing receipts today. So in this first image that I'm going to show you guys, this is my demo build. I committed to 2 sprints last week. I actually have 5 sprints on this board. And each of those sprints has a section for the demo so that we can build this demo and have it completely done. On this next image is just an inside detail of like the ship's movement system. So we have our designer, programmer, art, and audio person, and each of the descriptions for the jobs that they're going to be doing, aka me, I'm going to be doing. So like I'm going to write out my description, my pseudocode, then I'll take my pseudocode and I'll just break it all down into detail. Movement, constraints for that movement, and then art, the ship thrusters, and then audio. We move on to that. And once we get this sprint completed on this particular thing, we move on to the next one, which in my case, for the next image, health.
You're killing it.
Ship survivability system. So again, same thing like that movement script. I have a build for your health, the feedback and the feel for that, and the design intentions. It's kind of a different visual of what that first image was with a little more detail. So that first image that I showed you guys of the sprint was my actual image, but my assistant here thought that it would be bad to show you guys that. So it came up with this lovely design here that you guys see.
I thought you were talking about me for a second.
Oh, no.
No,
My assistant's a little bit of a pain in my ass.
fair enough.
So, and then that's the game. That's ETC. Those are the receipts that I brought for that. And then for Adelaide, I'm going to start with this lovely Adelaide Mythos core beat sheet. And I'm not going to give everything away here, but I will give you guys 2 examples of the beat sheet. So like my favorite section that I've been working on the most is Sliva's creation, and not only her creation, but like everything that she does. So in this image, you have like little notes that I had written down about her, and I kind of just threw it into GPT and like, give me an image with these notes on the side as bullet points. So my assistant did this kind of image for me to kind of show you guys like, here's my notes, here's what I'm thinking. And I take that stuff and I create the world and the story with it. Like something else that I don't have here, but it's part of her creation, is the fact that before we get into humans, we get into animal creation, life itself, like the animals, the birds, everything from the heavens to the sea. Like that kind of creation is where she starts with first, before humans come into play.
Yeah, you start on like a very
Small
level.
scale.
Yeah, I dig that.
And then, okay, hey, listen, nobody has a problem with this. So she keeps going. Then she goes a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger until she hits humans.
Which
So,
humans are not the best creation.
no. And then, like another image here from our story were the notes, like an example of what my mythology is about, because that's my favorite thing to write about is mythology. So like the birth of the first beings, the children of the tears, because they all come from Ava's tears. She is the reason that sparks life in the world that I created. So here's an example with all my notes, and I hope you guys enjoy it. On to you, my good sir.
So I think it's awesome. You got a lot done working on the beat sheets and stuff, and that's a lot of what I did. I committed to working on one issue, but as I sat down to do that issue, I found that my story beats were flat. So I took the South Park approach and asked 2 questions between my 4 beats, and that created this rhythm that I really liked. I do a start beat, and then I ask a therefore question to that start beat, and then I ask a but question, which gives me 2 paths to unlock a story, and then I go back to the therefore, and then I end that transition, or I end that scene. I work with, dude, I found the best flow. It is hard to put into words, and I'm struggling conveying it, but I hope to put to something in the future together, because look at all this. Everything you're seeing on your screen, and then I'm looking through. It's been a crazy ride. But what I did not prepare right now is what you should also be seeing is 4 images showing you that those beats ended up making it into 4 pages. It was a lot of fun. I was about to commit to something else, but this was a lot of fun this week. That was a lot of fun, dude. Like, just getting into the flow, finding that flow. Once it was found, it was hard to get out of.
Yep, and that seems to be Full Sail had a word for that, and I can't remember it. And it sucks because like it was something that they tried to teach you, where you would hit that flow and you let your creativity go, and you just have to ride that wave as much as possible. They had a word for it.
They didn't teach us that. They did teach.
Oh, they taught me. before, yeah, like I went like a year before you guys did. So, but there was a word that they had for us that was a flow. And
They
I
change their
forgot the
stuff so
name of it.
fast.
So, but
No, that's fine. That's fine. So we'll have to move on now.
we showed you what we were working on. And for some of that, it was a little difficult to show that kind of work because that, as a creator, you don't like putting your work out there, but it needs to be put out there to show you we're not BSing you, or, you know, like, hey, it's not only that, but we're putting ourselves in a position to like, we're getting something done and you're holding yourself accountable to that standard of like progress.
Absolutely.
So here we go again with like just a reality check on things. So for me, what didn't go as planned was the fact that I kind of it felt like a low where I just didn't want to do work and I didn't want to go out and work. I just kind of wanted to be nothing for a few days, which I did. I was in pain physically. So I avoided work on both fronts. Like the first day after we recorded and we shot that episode last week, I felt great and I went on and I did a lot of work. And then in like a day or two after that, like actually doing work, I felt exhausted because one, my shoes were old, they were broken, and I didn't replace them. So like I created physical pain for myself. And that issue like led to me not wanting to sit in my chair at work because it's just uncomfortable. I'm old, guys. I get back pain.
I mean,
So
of course it's going to be uncomfortable. You know, as I'm sitting here thinking about the reality check, there is something to talk about. I think I was under a lot of stress in a way that allowed my brain to, in stressful situations since I was a child, I always created out of them. I would go inside my head and I would create. And because of the stress going on, it started rearing its ugly head, bro. Like it started, things started popping up in my head I wanted to chase that I thought would be easy. I was telling myself lies. So that video was cathartic and it did unlock a lot. But after that video, I thought I itched a bug I didn't. And that ultimately slowed progress on this. So I became scared of doing the graphic novel. And then when I finally sat down starting last night, that 11:59, all the way till today, I had to force that, and I'm a little upset with myself over that. So that's the reality check. I mean, but I learned something is get rid of the 11:59. I was watching a guy named Jake Parker on YouTube, and I think I'm going to set a deadline prior to the show personally that allows me to, you know what I mean? So if that 11:59 thing happens again, it's not happening on a bigger problem. So I want to get ahead of the curve. That's my idea. Yeah, but I mean, I got stuff done and I got motivated, and I think that's going to help motivate this week. That's pretty much it, bro.
yeah. So a little bit of what you said there kind of rolls into our next section, the adjustment.
So
I would like to sit down and let you run with this a little bit more because I think like you had a point that you were hitting on, and I want you to continue that point.
So I think that like a lot of things we need to do is just set goals and hold yourself accountable to any level. Like that's what this show is about. And I hope you don't feel like I'm calling you out because I love you. We're stumbling week from week, but the stumbling is getting more stable. I do feel that, like, because like a toddler, when you watch them walk through the living room, they're going to be stumbling, bro. They got to feel out. And I think we're doing that.
Yep, it's that feel out process. And yes, you're going to bump along the way, but yeah.
So I think it's just
like you, proud of you, because like we're making adjustments as we go, and I'm starting to see those adjustments, and I'm starting to feel not so self-destructive and wanting to shut down. So I think that's my adjustment moving forward is just like I just don't let it become so overwhelming that I can just make like a little bit here and a little bit there. Like, yeah, it sucks for me. I didn't touch the dragons chapter, but however, I had a lot going on for Slava's chapter and her section that like I wanted to touch on more.
I think
Yeah,
that I, man, you hit on something and then I lost it, bro. Like you hit on something hard, and it was it's just accountability. It is weird that when we started showing up for this show, when we came back from that little break, it's like each week that we show up, I feel like it's a silent accountability because I don't ever want to show up to this show without anything that in my hands. Do you know what I mean?
yep.
So it's not you personally holding me accountable. It's this rhythm we set up
That
for
we've started.
each
Yeah.
other. So I just think that the upgrade I would like to do is I would like to set a schedule that allows me to be on time with this. Like the two projects are technically separate, Cap Squared and my personal project. So I need to make that balance different. I need so the personal project comes in just as I need Cap Squared so I can level up with this entertainment too. So I think that hell yeah, dude, we got this. I think the upgrades are easy. We just keep pushing forward, holding each other accountable. I don't know. Maybe in the future we'll have a WWE style YouTube event where everybody gets to hash out their urges. From a whole long season, we get to just go in this corner.
Listen, I used to backyard wrestle back in the day, so I
Dude,
get
the
it.
ICP did that stuff too. That stuff went hard. Backyard wrestling.
Oh yeah, listen, we did it in the back porches, we did it in the living room, the garage, wherever we found a space. We had camcorders, we recorded that. For some of
Fair
you
enough.
youngins, camcorders is just it's your camera but way bigger. As tradition goes for us,
Mm.
it's time to move on to what we're going to commit to next week. So I will let you start because I still got to think about mine. What are you
Hmm.
committing to, bud?
Well, I'm not good at commitments. Henceforth, why I'm on my third wife.
One for me. I think it's a one and done situation.
Three strike shots like baseball. But I think that no, it's gonna be simple. I got the motivation. I'm feeling really comfortable. I can completely finish sketching out issue one for Fridge Pals, and I don't think I'm no longer scared after making that commitment. I think that I've removed all the blockades from this episode. Like just throughout this episode, I feel like I've gained a confidence level I didn't have starting. So thanks. I think that we're gonna be good. So yeah, next week I'll do something crazy and commit to like 7 books. Who knows? But this week, I'm joking. But yeah, I'm just gonna commit to finishing issue one sketch out or sketch up. How about you?
Let's see. So for me, to use your analogy of Kiss from last week of keeping it simple, stupid, um, I think what I plan on doing is because I have my 5 sprints situated in the setup, but what I don't have in each of those sprints is their details to the point where like each department knows exactly what it's supposed to be doing. So I want to make sure that I have all of those done so that let's see what we're in what April going into May. I want to have probably moving forward. I think by mid-May, like is where I actually want to start on ETC, like actually building the demo. So my commitment this coming up week is to make sure that ETC's all 5 sprints are situated for each department, and maybe start looking for a programmer to help me get it flushed out. And as
Oh,
far as
filling out the
yeah,
departments for 5 sprints is gonna. Whew, that's a task, bud.
so for now, it's just going to be adding an additional programmer to help me move that section along. And then once we get like the first 2 full sprints done on programming, then I will bring in an artist from there and we'll go from there. But for now, this week's commitment is just fleshing out the details of ETC sprints and making sure that I'm happy with them. And no more pussyfooting around at this point. Like, let's just get it out there and go. And it's, as far as my book goes, like, it's slow progress, and I'm okay with that because it's my first book. Like, I've never done this. I've always wanted to, I just never have. So I'm working on, I'm not going to commit to the Dragons chapter because it's just, listen, it's been 2 weeks and it hasn't happened. I'm going to commit to at least getting a chapter done wherever I feel the most flow getting into that chapter, because I still have 5 left in the book. So whichever one of those 5 speak to me the most, that's the one I'm going to work on next.
Wasn't that the approach you had last week for a chapter?
It was the approach, yes. Like, I have 5 left, so like I just need to get those 5 done. And honestly, yeah, because that's what it was. It's like that was the next chapter that was supposed to be written, and I keep trying to force progress, and I need to tell myself not to do that.
So
like, I just
look at
need to go
another
with what
chapter.
feels right.
If
Yeah.
you're struggling
So-
with a linear path, and do what you did last week and just choose just choose out of order.
Just that's it. Just going out of order. Like, I'm gonna go with the easiest thing that has the most not motivation, but flow. Like, yeah,
Flow.
the most pull to my heartstrings, I guess, would be the word.
No, that's right. And so I think just one chapter. That's what you're going to commit to. And yeah.
I'm gonna get one other chapter done because, like, I have 5 left. That's it. I'm almost done.
Dude, you're killing
So,
it.
and then it's just making sure that I have my glossary like set up for that first book, which I have half of that done too. Yes, I like creating my own language, which is what I did. I'm that kind of guy.
I'm surprised you're able to crank out a book to this magnitude. It's just its own language, its own glossary of terms. I imagine you also not only do that, but there's probably like just world terms that are yeah.
Yeah, I have some.
Just
So-
damn to that level of detail.
So that's kind of why it's taking a little while. It's because I sit down and I want to make sure that it feels authentic to me. So I wrote down, like, okay, this word means this and this word means that. Like, I broke it apart. Like Eldvar is an example of a word where it's the sun. It's Eld, which is fire, and then Var is the male equivalent of God, and Va is the
God.
female equivalent of goddess.
Well, you're over
So-
here making gods and worlds. I'm over here talking about superheroes in a fridge world.
Hey, listen, but it's cool, and I like
Bro,
it. It
I'm telling you,
it has a thing.
I can't wait until I just can't wait till I get done. I'm actually super pumped. This has been a long-term thing. I think it's been like 2 years thinking about this, and it's been the last 3 or 4 weeks we're actually working on it. So yeah, I think I'm killing it. All right,
I
man.
feel like
You know, that's kind of what everything's about. We just keep showing up. Being accountable is showing up. That's all it means. And you're showing up and you're willing to turn. Sorry, I had a brain fart. When you're showing up in accountability, what happens is you show up with an open mind. You then, things that are achievable are limitless because you're always willing to learn and change with the time that's needed. So, hell yeah, dude.
adaptation.
Huh?
Adaptation.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a nasty word, but it works.
So,
But
like,
I think you're killing it, dude. I just I do wonder, like, in the future, maybe just keep going the way you're going. I think after the book is done, I think your game should finish right around the same time, probably within like 6 to 7 months after.
yeah.
and
So
then
I'm kind of
curious
hoping
what
for that
you've learned.
like year mark. Because I have the story done for ETC. Like, that story's done. We did that already.
I'm curious.
It's just getting it built.
Yeah, fair. I think you'll do it.
So,
I think we'll all do it. And
oh yeah, I think you've got yours. Like you've got yours. You've already done it. So it's just now doing it again for you. And this time with a different approach because you learned something from your first approach. Like, hey, this didn't quite work out the way that I wanted it to, but I know what I need to do now.
dude,
And
it's just showing up and learning. That's all it is. And when you treat the world like that, life gets a little bit more fun. And we get to
It does.
create wacky worlds where watermelons and lemons go on big heroic journeys. So yeah, man. Before we cut my portion of the outro, have a good week, and we'll see what happens
too.
next week. Hopefully, you crush next week, dude.
yeah, same for you, buddy. I know you will.
And now,
You're good.
here's the portion where my pretty face is on the screen telling you that, hey, accountability looks scary, but you show up each week. You can do it too. So make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms. They will be down in the description below. And I promise I will put them there this time. Let us know what you're working on. Let us know what you're interested in. Let's get a conversation where you also get out of your own creative head and you're shown a process that we're building along the way. We like to build it with you. And yeah. So until next time, stay creative.